Hey guys, the show's about to start. Sit back, relax, take a hit, and enjoy.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. My bitch so stuck. I ain't honest, but I get the bucks, yeah.
All I want right in the chest, bit dog. Full of white walls, no flex involved.
Tell me that you lost without telling me you lost.
I get better, so my shit is left to
Toke Talk Radio with Mountain Man and the Wizard. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Toke Talk After Dark with your favorite hosts, Mountain Man
and the Wizard,
and our special guest,
the Beach Boy.
Hell yeah, man. Super excited today. Beach Boy hit us up and he was like, hey, man, I bet you ain't never heard of this shit, and hit us with this crazy alien conspiracy, man. So I am really excited. We're going to dive into that a little bit. I think we're going to touch a little bit upon some other types of aliens. Wiz has definitely got a huge background in aliens and shit like that. Like, he's done his homework for sure. So,
yeah.
I mean, starting off with the smoke of the day, what do we got rolled up in there, Wiz? I think it's a little bit of what? Gelato and something.
Oh,
No, what'd you have earlier? Ooh, that was the mix.
Slurricane.
Actually, there was 3 in there. I think it was Slurricane, Pink Runts, and Oreo. So that other one, yeah, we're smoking a pretty heavy salad today, guys. So pretty excited about that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
You got it.
hell yeah. Starting off, man, why don't you tell us a little bit about, you know what, why don't you shout yourself out? Tell us a little bit
go
about
ahead.
what you do, man. Come on.
Well, I'm the Beach Boy. I'm a music producer and an engineer for Family Ties. And yeah, I just make music and do cool stuff with my friends all the time. You know?
Hell yeah, I love
love
it,
it.
man.
Yeah.
That's like my motto is like every day when I go to work, I want to feel like I'm not at work. I want to feel like I'm just hanging out with my boys. So
That's what I'm on.
Hell yeah.
And I think I'm a model. Even though I'm ugly, still a model.
listen, not anybody
I
ugly,
fucking
man.
dig
You know?
it.
Definitely a model.
Hell yeah, man. Well, why don't you start off with let them know about the conspiracy.
All right, so I think that the government has been lying to us like always, but the aliens are in the ocean. They're not in space. Even if they are in space, they're too far away from us for it to matter. But they definitely know that they're in the ocean. That's why they're telling us to look up so that we don't look down.
I feel it. So you think that there is intelligent life out in the stars, but they're too far away. But the aliens that we see all the time,
Yes.
they coming out the water.
They got to be coming out of the water because we don't know anything about the ocean. And a lot of unexplained things happen around the ocean that could be explained by somebody living in the ocean.
Nah, I feel that. For
And
sure.
some of the stuff we pull out of the ocean is alien already. Like,
Oh yeah.
just pure straight up. I've never seen this thing before.
Fish like kills
Exactly,
me.
bro.
That shit is wicked.
There's fish with lights on their heads. And
Yeah.
there's shit that doesn't have any bones in it, but 8 legs.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, you
Nah.
gotta just break it down. All that shit is alien, man.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
I feel it. I mean, I spent 3 years out and like on an aircraft carrier and stuff like that in my 4-year contract. And I have seen some pretty wild shit. I've told Wiz about a couple of stories. I think I had mentioned one on a podcast about. You remember that video that came out not too long ago? It was like that alien spaceship that looked like a white Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've seen one of those before.
I believe
a couple of those videos were probably even released from my carrier for my deployment in
Bro,
2015.
it only makes sense. Like, there's parts of the ocean you can't even go to.
Yeah.
But there's stuff living down there.
Oh yeah.
So how would it not be, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel that. for
Intelligent
sure.
life, especially if they say we came out of the water.
Oh yeah.
If that's the whole theory,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at that. The whole story of the city of Atlantis.
Exactly.
I mean, they're said to be a race that came from some other planet, possibly Mars, landed here, and they built
and
a
then
civilization
scientifically,
under the
it
water.
makes sense to me. Like, all right, boom, gravity here is all that, right? But in space, gravity's probably is way different since that's what they say. So the ocean is probably better for some
Yeah,
beings
it's closer
than
to that because they can't breathe in space either.
Exactly,
You feel me?
so
I mean,
it makes all the sense to me. Like,
Yeah, no, I can see it. Like, why would you live on top of the ground where humans and other animals and
it's
diseases
dangerous.
and bugs and shit?
When you
I
can
mean,
go-
there's probably some dangerous shit down there too that we don't even know about.
That's a fact. There's probably some big ass, whale eating ass shit down there.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, there's talk about them possibly found a megalodon. What as close as like a year ago?
Yeah.
Like 6 months ago, something like that. They came out with a special, and they think they found a megalodon.
Yeah, because they found a recent, their big evidence was they found a dead carcass of a whale, and there was a megalodon tooth in it. So it's like...
Yeah.
How else is a whale nowadays gonna have a megalodon tooth in it?
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
It's like rolling around in the dirt or some shit like a dog, but I don't think whales do that.
Not at all.
Not even
It
a
all,
little.
man. I'm telling you,
It's nuts.
we can't see down there. There's no way, like, me and you could just go down there. Even if you tried, the government would stop you, which is also very crazy. Like, all right, if I want to kill myself, why can't I kill myself by deep sea exploration?
Real quick, when you're saying that, when you just said that, the guy who actually found the Titanic, it makes it weird because it's in international waters, and it was funny that he had to get special permits from the U.S. government to actually go down in international waters.
Because there's bad shit out there they don't want you to fucking see, or they don't want you to experience. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bermuda Triangle. You try to tell me all these accounts of stuff disappeared into the ocean. Baby, it never disappeared. Baby, that's just the fucking door. You go through there, boom. That's how other people get
Goes
to the ocean.
Mars, dude.
You know what I'm
When
saying?
we get at the Mars rover, just hasn't found
That's
that.
where the third pyramid is, bro.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Crazy.
It just makes more sense than it doesn't make sense when I line all the facts up for myself.
But, I mean, aliens coming out, that most recent video, remember we was watching it? It was, I guess it was off the coast of like some like
And that
Russian.
spaceship just kind of like comes up out of the water and,
and like
just fucking takes off.
And what was just nuts about it is it was like the raw reaction between everybody, and then it was just when the alien ship came out of the water, like the motherfucking everybody got splashed by the water. So it was like,
And it's like, it's not even like, oh, there's 3-4 people standing behind this camera reacting to it while there's other people walking. Like, no, everybody on this fucking ship, bro, is like, oh my God, look at that. You know, freaking out, screaming type shit, dude. It was nuts.
Because that shit is crazy. But they already told us aliens are real. So now it's for you to deduct where they came from. Every time you see them, they're around water. They're either going in or out, and both of those mean that they probably live in the water.
so like when you
At least a couple.
Yeah, well, when you say like living in the water, like if we went down there, we're gonna find like a bubble society down there or something like that.
They could be walking on the bottom of the shit. Like,
or
normal.
are you thinking like you ever seen like
There could be a Walmart down there.
Pacific Rim movie?
Yeah.
Like the third, like the dimensional aliens. Like there's a crack in the system. Like basically, and you never seen Pacific Rim? No. Basically in Pacific Rim, the aliens attacked the world.
Yeah.
But it didn't come from the space, it came from under the ocean. But there was a crack in this like space-time continuum, and there was a crack in it.
So,
I think they're dead ass
the
down
Bermuda
there.
Triangle.
Basically, and
Where
then
the
basically
crack
the
is.
aliens were coming
If
from
they
the
don't
other
have to
side.
breathe,
coming in.
if they don't have to breathe, and gravity doesn't affect them like it does us,
Even
they
if they
could
do
literally
have
just
to breathe and they're down underwater, you know what I mean? And there's a system, what if they live underground?
underwater. There could be a whole nother layer.
Like they talk about, you know, the shit
if-
behind
what
Hollow
if they
Earth.
use-
Maybe that's where they get to Hollow Earth and
It's almost like, you ever seen the Battle of Los Angeles?
Yep.
Like, their primary source of functionality was salt water. Mm-hmm. So, it's nuts that they have to thrive on salt
So
water.
essentially, it's like a fish. You breathe.
Yeah, that's what I'm
salt
saying.
water.
They could just be down there swimming and shit. It could be like mermaids.
Oh, fuck. Maybe mermaids are the aliens.
Exactly.
Except they were just wearing
And then maybe they're
wetsuits.
not the aliens. Maybe we are.
Maybe we're the aliens.
And we force them
Overpopulation theory.
to stay in the water.
We're the aliens.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy. There's too many theories because I wasn't alive back then.
I feel that. See, I say that same shit all the time. Like, if there's anything that Bill Nye says in that John Hamm discussion, better than anything, it's the fact we weren't there. We don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
I wish I was there because I would have told everybody, nope, it happened like this. But I wasn't there, so.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there. That's why I'm glad we got books and stuff. But then people write the wrong shit in the books.
Because science is essentially just somebody's perception matched with some kind of... And you know what's fucked up is that you say that you believe formulas and mathematic equations, but all of that was invented by somebody as a perception from the reality of nature. His or
that time
person.
period, too.
Exactly.
So things change within the time periods. Like, if somebody made up math today, it might be completely different than it was back then.
Well, I mean, look at time as we know it. Like, when they made up time is completely different than what the time cycle that we use now.
It's like, and I get it, they justify a lot of stuff, and you can make stuff make sense. That's the point. That's part of being smart. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean somebody can come in and tell us all that shit is wrong and tell us the right way, and then you be like, oh shit, what the fuck? So there's no hours? Like, we're supposed to just do what you want? Like,
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we were supposed to thrive at nighttime the whole time. Maybe our superpowers are locked because we were supposed to be sleeping all day and then doing everything else all nighttime.
I actually believe in a big theory about oxygen. I think oxygen is actually killing us.
Could be.
It's just because if you think about it, like, I think the amount of oxygen we use is killing us, because if you think about, like, smaller creatures and creatures that use less oxygen, like dolphins and whales and stuff, they use oxygen, but they use it in sporadic moments. Like they house it, and then they come back up, and you think them guys can live 500-600 years. Like, so it's almost like like the monks that like perfecting
your breathing controls.
Your breathing controls and stuff like that. And then some of the monks out there live into 110, 130, 140 and shit like that.
Because you can control your oxygen levels in your body and stuff like that. Because, I mean, oxygen is a toxic gas.
That's another thing you got to look at, like all the monks and stuff. They live high in altitude, low oxygen. I think we're supposed to breathe oxygen because that's just how our body is made. But I don't think we're supposed to have as much oxygen. That's probably not the most
efficient. Like, we're still evolving.
Yeah. Like those Shaolin monks that are up in like the fucking Tibetan fucking ridges and stuff, they're so high there's little oxygen up there. So and they live forever. Like,
I feel it.
But
the oxygen could
lower
really
gravity
be toxic.
too. Or no, is it the gravity gets higher as you get up?
No, lower.
Lower.
No, whoa.
No.
It releases. It doesn't keep us like...
gravity's pulling you inwards. So the farther you away from it, and I guess it gets a little lighter.
Yeah. So lighter gravity. There's definitely shit that's been proven that the force of our gravity and stuff like that definitely has an effect.
Different air intake, lighter gravity. It's probably doing some wonders on their blood.
That's what happens when we used to live on Mars, I guess.
Yeah, right.
We're adapting to a new. So imagine these are the things that we're gonna face as a society pretty soon here. Like, think about it with how far Elon's coming in space travel and all that stuff, and sending us, not only sending us, but being able to return from another planet, dude. So that's something we're gonna have to think about soon, is the effects on the human body of living on another planet
and traveling through and back and forth through space.
See, Mars has an atmosphere, but it's
very little.
It's very little.
And isn't it like broken? Like it's only on like one side.
Yeah, there's actually proof that it was actually broken from the planet itself. It didn't come from an outside source. It was built. It was broken, basically going this way. It was broken instead of internal. But just think if we went to like that certain part of the planet where it was like mostly covered, and we could take off our helmet, and we could breathe perfectly. Yeah. And just thinking of like the overpopulation theory, or the theory on us leaving Mars because of a nuclear holocaust and stuff destroyed the planet basically. But just think if we'd be able to go to Mars and fix the atmosphere, and they're like, oh, it's too thin for humans, and somebody just takes off their helmet and they're just like and it's just like they can breathe and it's perfect. And it's like not, and then everybody's like, oh, you're only taking in 47% oxygen. What happens if our body was only made for 46% oxygen? Yeah. I mean, we can have a Superman effect We can
I
literally
don't
go
think-
into the atmosphere and we could be able to pick up boulders that we
I definitely
could
don't
never...
think that we know how to unlock our potential because I've seen amazing things happen with just normal human. Like you've seen people on PCP pick up cars, so there's no way that my body can't pick up a car.
See, and when
I just
you're
have to learn how to do it.
yeah, when you're talking about potential, I don't think we've, as a human race, is reaching our potential like we used to because we don't have any more outside interference
At all, and we
from
know that
anything.
we're not using our whole brain.
Exactly. It's like
Like I should
Only
be able to
10%,
release.
10 to 15% on average.
Einstein only had
Like
like 20%.
strength probably
like,
is
he didn't
if
have,
I
like,
could
nothing.
if I could in my brain release adrenaline and turn off certain pain thresholds, I think I could lift the car all the time.
Maybe.
Whenever I would need to, like, oh, I need to lift a car, turn pain off, increase adrenaline, boom, pick the car up, save some life, and then go back to normal. There's no reason why I have all these functionalities and we can't use them. It's like having a phone and there's buttons that you know can do things, but you can't push.
See, stuff like
Sounds
that
like
goes...
you got your phone from
goes-
T-Mobile.
Yeah, right. Things like that go back to I'm not sure if you're familiar with a activist from the '60s called Abby Hoffman.
I've heard today.
Okay, so he actually believed exactly what you believe. He basically, after the whole Chicago trial by 7 deal and all that noise, obviously we all know that he passed away under weird circumstances. So in 1989, but he actually got pinned closer to his death because he would speak about outside influence from aliens and why we can't unlock our brain is because we as a society push those aliens away at some point and we use TV, cell phones, entertainment, football, baseball, hockey, anything like that to keep that suppressed, to keep us from actually saying, okay, instead of turning on hockey tonight, why don't I read a book about opening my third eye or something
Or
like
just
that?
sit there and
Or
get
just sit
bored
there
to the
and-
point where you have to figure out something. Because that's how you create, you know what I'm saying? If you're in a field full of trees and you have nothing, 6 months in, you're going to fucking make something.
Yeah, and then they always push. They always push. Don't self-isolate. Don't
Yeah, because
don't
that's how
do
you
this.
find-
Don't do
that's how
that.
you learn
Yeah,
yourself.
that's why vivid dreaming and stuff like that is really frowned upon and stuff because they don't want you to, like, what's that one? Lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming. I believe that should be more of a thing. I think they should open up bars that you can go into and pay to lucid dream, because there's machines out there that will make you lucid dream. Like, well, they'll give you the condition to lucid dream, and I mean, it's pretty intense. I've been in one. It's pretty intense. It's like literally, it's soundproof. You're laying in salt water. And it's enough salt in there to keep you float. I mean, you can push yourself down and you'll come right the fuck back up top. And then it's soundproof. There's no light. You can't even, like, if you go like this, you can't even see your palm. Like, that's how dark it is. And then you wear these headphones. And then what it does is you're supposed to play, like, melodies and stuff like that to trigger certain, and like, what was the word? Like endorphins in your brain to unlock all that shit.
Yeah, that's
And that's not pushed. Like, I mean, I've read stuff on Reddit where people are like, dude, I've lucid dreamed and I put myself into Area 51. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. But plus it takes a lot of time. And there was actually a book one of the guys on Reddit was talking about is actually we were born to lucid dream, but we've been suppressed from doing it. Because if you think about our mind is probably the most complex thing that the world has ever put into place.
Period.
Whoever you believe in, the human brain is just magnificent. And just to think that we can't, what would make us only be able to have 10% of our brain working? Like, when there's 100% of brain there, why the hell would be our omnipotent creator say, you can only use 10%. Albert Einstein can use 22 because we need somebody like
and
that.
then it's like, once everybody figured out that we weren't using it all, why didn't it become like a full-blown effort for all of us to be using 100% of our brains? Like
Subliminal messaging. For one, I can, Abby Hoffman's real big on it. The American educational system.
Yeah,
That's
it's
another
trash.
thing. It's trash.
Oh, dude, at number 2, you want to hear this conspiracy theory? Is that at one point in time, the government decided to switch like radio frequencies and the music. And it went from like 98 kilohertz to 115. What's the numbers, Wiz? I know you know.
Well, it's actually a lot higher than we naturally hear, around 297, like comfortably.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but like what they play music at.
yeah. That's
shit
like,
that,
yeah, to be able for your ears to hear it, and you're just like, okay, cool, it's jamming, da da da. But then actually, it was the Rothschilds who did it, who backed it, and they made the frequency 497, and it basically like, it's like I'm trying to think of a term without going overboard.
It's brainwashing.
It's subliminal brainwashing. I mean, it's
make you
literally
dumb. There's like
it's population control minus the killing. I mean, that's what it
Like
is.
suppression.
Because it says it makes you fertile, stuff like that, and like it will literally like it's almost like you getting cancer from listening to like something will go in your brain and it just fucking fries you, and it's just think about taking a drug and it just fries you. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Because I don't listen to music as much as the average person. I probably listen to music way less than the average person, even though my job is music. Like once I'm not working, like there's no music playing, and I feel smarter than people. Maybe that's just me, but I definitely feel smarter than people.
Well, see, now there's a scientific study. Heard it from Beach Boy, ladies and gentlemen.
And I don't know, I'm attentive, so I do notice that people like that have to have music type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a level of like, it's a type of person. You're distracted all the time type person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, maybe that's because of the frequencies.
Maybe. It's a possibility. But there's definitely aliens in the ocean.
Oh yeah, that's hands down. I think the octopus is like the smallest form. Like that's like them not caring about. They don't care about the octopus. Like you're one of us, but we'll let them have you.
Yeah.
You know? Like there's a bigger octopus that doesn't fuck with that a little bit.
Oh, dude, they just came out with an article. I think it was either last night or this morning. I was reading it where they found a new, what do they call it? Something pod. You know
a cephalopod.
A cephalopod. Yeah. And it was huge. Like we're talking like huge, like the size of the boat that they were looking at.
Oh, dude, fuck that.
Yeah, and they just didn't know it was there in our fucking ocean, bro. A whole motherfucker down there.
You literally be in the ocean, not know anything, what's around you at all.
Oh yeah,
it's too much.
But like those things about krakens and stuff like that, definitely
had to be real.
Had to be fucking
like
real.
nobody keeps making some shit like that up.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
like
not even a little bit.
I understand exaggeration. Like when I think about like mythology and all the old stories, I understand there's exaggeration.
Yeah, like Moby Dick.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely in a small boat.
But that was still a huge fucking.
But that was still a huge ass whale.
You know what I'm saying? That shit almost killed him. Like it was real. Like
didn't the whale?
I mean, there was
the captain, Moby Dick. No, that was
but it almost killed him.
Captain Abraham. That's what his fucking name was.
But there was that one guy that definitely makes that story sound more real. That remember he got swallowed by a whale. And then spit back out like 3 days later and lived to tell the story.
Not the Bible. Not the Bible.
Like
this is like
real deal. Like it happened in like 2018 to this.
Yeah, it was a diver.
Dad. It happened to his dad.
Yeah,
he was like grandpa age by now, but yeah, man, he told his son to like let the world know about this story or whatever, and then I guess he came out on TV and everything, and eventually actually said the story.
It's believable, bro. You out there fucking fishing in the wrong place, and a whale eats you. Like that doesn't sound.
Whole ass whale.
That doesn't sound like it can't
body,
happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
that's completely on accident, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it don't mean
they eat krill.
Whales are pretty friendly to humans. It's crazy that how friendly
but
they
you
are.
know, everything's situational. You know what I'm saying? You look like a fish or something, and he's really hungry.
Well, that's like a killer whale.
Yeah.
Was
Didn't go.
lost,
Yeah.
not supposed to be in the right place. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, no food's here. Oh, what's that? Like, shit happens. You know what I mean? Fucking shit happens.
Feel it.
That's funny.
Well, hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all coming out. I think that's about all the time we have for today. I really enjoyed today's conversation, man. We'll definitely have to dive a little bit deeper into this conspiracy theory about the water. We'll do a little bit more digging and shit like that. I have to run a special, get you back on the show.
Hell yeah.
But appreciate you, Beach Boy.
Oh, yeah, real quick, shout out to Family Tides, too. We didn't do it in the beginning.
Oh, shit. Shout out to Family Ties.
Thinking about that the whole episode.
Hell yeah, man. Good shit. Well,
Always remember, keep your tinfoil hats and your bowls close. You never know what may happen.
peace, y'all.